to create an assignment in Microsoft Teams. Open your team, and in the General channel, you'll notice the Assignments tab. This tab is only in the General channel and it's not in any of your other channels. Click on Create, and you can choose an assignment from an existing class, one that you taught last year, last semester, last period, and you can choose an assignment, and it will bring in the title, the description, the attachments, any details that you added. I'm going to click discard, and I'm going to show you how to start from scratch. I just wanted to let you know that you didn't need to if you had created something previously. I'm going to click on create assignment. I'm going to give it a name, and I'm going to add instructions. Instructions are optional, but I find that they're very important when I give them to my students so they know exactly what I want them to do. You have a bunch of your rich text editing features that should look fairly familiar, including adding hyperlinks. If you click on Add Resources, you can add something from your OneDrive, from a class notebook. You can add a link to an outside resource such as an article you want them to read, a YouTube video you want them to watch, or maybe it's a Seesaw, Pear Deck, Nearpod, Padlet, Flipgrid, any type of external link. You can add that here. You can add a new file, and you can even upload something from this device. I'm going to choose a worksheet that I created, and I'm going to click on Attach. Please note that it says students can't edit. If you click on these three dots, you'll see students edit their own copy. Think of this as a Xerox machine. Everyone gets their own copy, they edit it, and they turn it back into you to give them feedback and a grade. You could add multiple resources. So maybe you have an instruction sheet that's read only, maybe you have a worksheet where they get their own copy, maybe you have a hyperlink to an external resource. You can add as many as you like. You could add a point value if there's a specified point value. For my elementary students, most of the time they just do no points, and in the grade book, in the grade section at the top, it'll just be a check for completed assignments if it's ungraded. And for my older students, a lot of the times the teacher use a point value or even a rubric. If you teach the same thing in multiple periods or sections, you can choose all the classes that should receive this assignment so you're not duplicating your efforts. And you can also differentiate it and select specific students. So if you have a challenge for your higher level students, or you have a more structured activity for students that need that, you could differentiate there. If you click here, edit, there's a bunch of options in here. You can assign it to all students as are added in the future, or only the students that are in here now. And the next one is the due date. You can select a due date and a due time. By default, it will allow late turn-ins unless you change that. The due date is going to be important if you have parent emails set up. So when the parents receive the weekly emails, they'll know what assignments are coming up or missed. If you click on edit, you'll see some more features in here. You can schedule this to assign in the future. So on Sunday, if you wanted to set up your week and have an assignment post on Monday and another one post on Tuesday, another one post on Wednesday, you can set them all up ahead of time. And this is a close date if you don't want to allow late turn-ins. So that would be to schedule, and this would be to set a close date. I'm not actually going to set a schedule date because I want you to see what it looks like. I did that. And you can choose what channel this posts to, but it's by default, it's probably going to go to the general channel. So it shows up for the students in their face, but you might have a channel for assignments. So I'm going to choose general. You could choose whichever you'd like, and you can save it if you're going to continue working on it. You could discard it if you want to start over, or when the second you press assign, it's posted for all of your students and they'll see it on whichever channel you set, and they'll also see it on under assignments under assigned. And that is how you create an assignment in Microsoft Teams.